What's up, folks? Around here, another bike review, quick review and weigh-in for the Specialized Chisel hardtail. This is a frame that Specialized has been selling this generation since 2020, now through model year 2025. This is a 2022. But I don't think literally anything has changed across those 5 years. So it's an XC frame. It's a hardtail frame. You can build up in a lot of different ways, but it's based around a 100mm fork. So based around like 506, fully extended axle to crown. Which is like your average 100mm fork. So you could over fork it. You can set it up with a rigid fork. You could do a bike packing setup on it. You could do an XC race setup on it. You do a ton of different stuff. I've already had it built up as rigid and built up as a rigid single speed, and have plans of continuing to keep it as a rigid single speed. The highlight of this frame is pretty progressive geometry for the time, but honestly it's pretty straightforward. So this is a size large. It features a 455 reach, so that's pretty standard, although maybe a bit longer than hardtails at the time, but pretty standard for an XC bike, size large, compared to modern XC bikes. That's a bit short, but it is a hardtail frame. Stack's pretty normal, 619-ish, 68-degree head tube angle, so pretty good. 432 chainstay, 74.5-ish seat tube angle. So it's a pretty solid all-around bike. Geometry holds up today, and it's a pretty cool bike for just playing around on. Build everything from a hardtail to a rigid single speed, maybe something to empty your parts bin on, or maybe something to build a dream build on. This size large came in at 1,650 grams for a complete frame. So that includes hanger, rear axle, there's some chain slat protection, some fittings at the bottom bracket for housing. There are headset cups that are pressed into the aluminum frame, which I think should be included in that weight, as that's pretty on par compared to a carbon frame, which is going to have a drop-in headset and a C-post collar on there. So 1650 in this size large. Note that I believe this is actually a painted frame, despite it being silver and looking brushed aluminum, as I've scratched it a bit, and it looks like there's a layer of paint on top of that. So that might have something to do with the weight. The claim from Specialized is 1350 in a size medium, so 1650 in a size large. In reality, honestly, it's about what I expect. So it's decent for an aluminum hardtail frame. So far, I've enjoyed riding it. It's a nice riding frame. It's nothing special. You got to be careful if you're buying $1,000 frame to start a build from. You're probably going to be tipping over 3K pretty quickly, and you might be better off with you might end up being able to get a bit more performance with a different solution. So I wouldn't really look at this as like a bargain to get you started. It's it's a solid frame, it's a solid offering, and it might be exactly what you need. But I wouldn't start looking at it as some sort of steal to build your next bike off of. That's the Specialized Chisel. You'll see it a few more times on this channel with some new builds coming up, including one where I push this down to about 8 kilograms. So stay tuned. Peace.